Welcome to the Lamar County Animal Shelter. My name is Fred Morris, and I've been involved in raising funds to build a shelter for over 10 years. An animal shelter has to be as strong as a jail, as clean as a hospital, and it needs to be as well put together as a five-star hotel. My associates have had the opportunity to walk into animal shelters with me, and all of a sudden the dogs are barking, and some are at the fence saying, "Come pet me, let me, take me home," and some are back in the corner and they're afraid and scared. Many of them were brought there, they have no name, they were hungry, they haven't had the proper veterinary backup. And if you're in a shelter once or twice, or in 2 or 3 shelters, you quickly realize that these animals need help. And they're not there because they wanted to be there, and they weren't born because they asked to be born. And the need to help those animals is spontaneous. I mean, you can't reject the feel for the need. One of the most outstanding features I think we'll have, particularly in terms of adoption, is a bonding room. And it's a room that will be set up much like a living room in your house. Have a sofa, a chair, a lamp, draperies, with no outside distractions. It's just you and the animal. And you can take the animal there and be with it however you like. You'll learn whether it wants to be on furniture, maybe it wants to be on your lap, maybe it wants to be left alone. But in any event, you have the opportunity to associate with the animal with no distractions and without taking it home and bringing it back and those sort of things. I'm really conscious about things like the colors that we're going to use, the aesthetic pieces we can use inside that take it away from the institutional or dog house kind of look. And 2 things that concern me about a shelter. One is the animals, because they can't tell you if they hurt. And number 2 is the volunteers. There will be a half a dozen volunteers in Lamar County, probably no more than that will jump in and take charge of this thing and really see it go. We need people to walk dogs within the compound. We need fosters. We need people to come. My service dog that we adopted from Jasper, Georgia, maybe you knew Baxter, maybe not. He was fostered for 7 weeks. Nobody would adopt him. He was a big old black dog, like this big old black dog here. Nobody would. He was a fully trained service dog. And had it not been for a foster, he would have been put down. And so fostering is extremely important. What I really like about our facility, I'll start with the front. As you enter, on the left are our dog runs. And the dog runs are separated by block. Those dogs are behind glass. And so when you go in, if you have children, there's no danger of them putting fingers through the wire or anything like that. They're separated by glass. Helps control the noise, which helps control the barking. And the dogs seem somewhat protected in the ones that I've seen. They're not as anxious to stay away from the front of the cage, but they're very secure, they're very well ventilated, and that's what we do for the dogs. That gives you the front part with dogs and cats. It gives you the back intake with the prevention of parvo, socializing, and introduction to the public. That's pretty much my vision of the operation and the facility. Having said all that, it's a lot of work. It takes volunteers to contribute their heart and hopefully we'll be super efficient so our volunteers aren't standing there washing dog bowls and what have you, but they're working with the animals. And so that's pretty much my summation of the operation of the shelter. Well, just thank you very much for coming to visit our facility. It's been a labor of a number of people who have their heart involved in seeing to it that we have a world-class facility.